If you're looking for top-tier experiences on Sony's PS5, you're in the right place. Now in its 4th year, the PS5 boasts an impressive and diverse game library to help you navigate this vast collection. I've handpicked the best PS5 games for you. Now some of these games are also available to play on other platforms as well, so this list has something for everyone. Let's quickly look at the first game on our list, God of War Ragnarok. We are starting out this list with the most furious character in gaming. Our favorite boy Kratos is back with more action and a lot more boss battles compared to the 2018's version. Ragnarok is a game that shows Kratos going completely berserk and fighting his way through creatures and gods. It's definitely one of the best God of War games, especially for new-gen fans, as they get to experience Kratos' journey on modern consoles. Now, I know that some of you guys will comment that 2018's release is the ultimate God of War. However, trust me, Ragnarok is a game changer. Not just we have better graphics and visuals, it also offers over 50 boss battles. Now, isn't that fascinating? Honestly, even I had my doubts before playing it. I was so hung up on the previous part and believed that nothing could top this one, but Ragnarok gave us everything that we wanted. It's one of those sequels that stunningly improves upon its original with a lot of new touch-ups and variations. You get to see Kratos in a full berserk mode fighting every creature that comes in his way. Also, even I'm not a big fan of Atreus' new personality, you know, the whole rebellious phase. But I think the sequel does offer some closure and make us feel that the relation between father and son is pure gold. Finally, the biggest reason that you should play this game is because it's the final of the Norse saga. Ragnarok brings out the curtains on the whole Norse mythology part. So, hopefully in the upcoming games we will see some new storylines. Returnal.
Encountered scavenger fauna.
Every Sony game must be the best adventure. Almost every time we see the Sony logo on the screen, there's just a little inner feeling that the game is going to be the best one, whether it be in graphics, combat, or the storyline. Returnal is yet another example of how roguelike game can give you an immersive feeling packed with action and shooting. Sure, there is a decent storyline, but in these kind of games, my favorite thing to do is to just go out and blast the enemies. I love how thrilling it feels to smash enemy skulls with variety of weapons. The best feature that I think made Returnal such a huge deal is the content.
My sidearm.
The game never lets you feel that what's coming up, it always smacks you with something new. If you clear the first boss in your first try, then it's likely that the second one is gonna take over 3 hours. Returnal is just a weirdly satisfying experience that has the potential to make you feel like you are in sync with the game's environment and graphics. Playing the game on PC or PS5 and on a 4K TV is such a huge difference. The graphics are the best thing. PS5 is dominating the console world with its capability to run games at that level for an ultimate gaming experience.
Encountered hostile predator.
Stellar Blade. I know what you were thinking, and yes, that's also one of the reasons I mentioned this game. Now, I get it that among all these insanely popular titles, Stellar Blade may be out of place. However, things are completely different in this game. It literally redefines the whole hack-and-slash genre, and the addition of such a stunning-looking main character is a feast for the eyes. There's a nice number of players who appreciated the creators as they brought back the whole steamy-looking character and combat system, just like Bayonetta. I believe that we all needed something refreshing or new, and Stellar Blade delivered it perfectly. Most players are either diving into the game or basically skipping it just because of that bodysuit and those facial features. Despite all this stuff, I think that Stellar Blade is for everyone who just wants to cheese his way through enemies. The game gives us the freedom to feel like an overpowered protagonist whose only job is to take out the enemies. Finally, if we put aside the whole beauty stuff, then we can all agree that the game's performance and visuals look magical on PS5. This is one of the few games that actually utilizes PS5's power. Doom Eternal. It's so great to feel the thrill of blasting through waves of enemies. Doom Eternal looks incredible on PS5. It gives you the feeling of a complete, overpowered protagonist whose only job is to kill the monsters. The only prime reason that you need to play this game is the pure joy of killing enemies. There's nothing more than that. You are basically a Doom Slayer who's on the journey of defeating the monsters. Now, imagine all of this on a graphically improved PS5. How awesome it would be to see enemies getting blasted left and right and blood popping out from the torso.
Long enough to survive this cursed city.
Overall, I guess some of us love to just smash heads without focusing too much on the storyline. Hence, we finally have an option to feel that experience on PS5. I always say to everyone that if you can adjust your pace with the rhythm of Eternal, then no one can stop you from having an adrenaline-pumping action. Every corner there's a demon lurking. You will feel like an absolute beast while killing waves of enemies. Also, the option to choose different weapons adds 5 stars into the game's rating. Horizon Forbidden West. This is a series that did remarkably well in terms of open world and new variations. Before Horizon's release, most of the games were about exploring the open world and killing monsters. However, this basic concept quickly changed as the Zero Dawn brought a refreshing feeling to the genre. We all loved playing as Aloy and killing robotic machines while unfolding the storyline. Now, I know that there are some issues with the pacing and all that, but still, there's no doubt that the Horizon series is an immersive adventure. Also, Forbidden West cracks up a notch. Usually most sequels die as they never live up to the original's expectations. However, in case of Horizon it's different. The newest sequel is mind-blowing and provides a lot of content. You will be amazed to see the improvements and new features. The developers did a great job perfecting everything that was wrong in the original game. Finally, I agree that this might not be your prime choice, but if you just want to experience a beautiful open world and the freedom of killing machines, then you couldn't ask for a more epic game than Forbidden West. Also, you don't need a PlayStation as the game is available on PC as well. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I can't even begin to describe how awesome this game is. Being a gamer who never played the old classic Final Fantasy games, it was my dream to play as Cloud Strife, and the 7 remake made it come true. Now, believe me, the only reason I started playing Final Fantasy games is because I love the look of Cloud Strife and Noctis. These characters looked stunning and awesome, especially their hairstyles, outfits, and that gigantic sword. So yeah, there you have it. I played my first ever Final Fantasy game for this tiny reason. I agree that some players love the rebirth, but there's just something peculiar about the remake which made us go crazy about it. Sure, the rebirth kind of completes the storyline, but I don't know why. For some reason the hype was a little less than it was at the time of Remake's release. Maybe it's just because we were getting a remake of the fan-favorite Final Fantasy VII after such a long time. However, no matter what, the developers didn't disappoint and gave us a promising game. Some of my favorite features are the cutscenes and soundtracks. Low-key, I kind of not that into the turn-based combat system, just want to go all out like third-person games. So, the combat wasn't my jam, but hey, you know what? It's still amazing. If you're playing the game for the first time, then you're surely gonna love it. Last of Us Remake. I can't stress this game enough. This is a peak adventure with almost no downsides. Everything is perfect, whether it be the gameplay, the graphics, the storyline. Every feature of Last of Us is soothing and straight up awesome. Now, I guess there will be some players who will be all negative about this game just because of some minor issues, or maybe they just prefer the sequel. However, that's not our problem. I'm confident that even if you are not a big zombie fan, this game will still provide you with one of the craziest heartfelt experiences. Honestly, there are only a few games that showed the zombie genre in a perfect manner, such as Days Gone, Dying Light, and Telltale Walking Dead. Now, among all of these, Last of Us comes on top as it combines several major features that makes this game stands out from your usual zombie types. There is never a dull moment as it's filled with zombie killing, story moments, and visuals. If I must summarize this game in one line, then it would be that this is a game that makes you feel like you're playing a top-rated big-budget zombie game. That's it. This is all you need to know before you start playing it. If you're skipping this game just because of the zombies, or that the game is overrated, which of course it is not, then you couldn't be wrong. Last of Us is a must-play game, especially in 2024. Baldur's Gate 3. I always consider games like Baldur's Gate or Divinity as boring. I mean, what fun can you have just by looking at the screen and controlling characters from the top angle? It felt like I'm playing the game in mobile. My honest thoughts were, why are people playing such games when they can just dive into games like Witcher, Red Dead, or Skyrim? However, everything changed when I tried my luck in a few similar games. There's just a different feeling that you experience while playing such RPG games. I suggest at least give it a shot if you're not into games like Baldur's Gate. Anyways, the reason I'm recommending this game is simply because of the advanced stuff it contains.
My head. What is this? You are no thrall.
The game also got the Game of the Year award, and low-key, I have no complaints about it. It surely was well deserving, as there's just a lot of content in it besides your usual combat mechanics. Baldur's Gate 3 creates a well-paced storyline and makes us feel related to the characters. It actually shows us the complete story of characters. It almost feels like we are experiencing different storylines in a single game. My all-time favorite feature are the cutscenes, as they were just too good to watch. All of this makes the game a complete package and worthy of playing.
No more deals, it's over. The final act, you're doomed. No more grace, it's over. This house of hope.
Ghost of Tsushima. Here comes another famous open world. I guess there's just no point talking about the greatness of this game. Everyone knows how amazing Tsushima is. Even my kid brother, who's 12 years old, liked this game just because of the beauty and the combat. Honestly, the only reason I played this game is because I'm a huge sucker for samurai and ninja games. So, I just had to play it. In fact, even if someone who's not familiar with the samurai game should give it a try, you can even easily understand how awesome it's gonna be just by seeing the massive popularity of it. Ghost of Tsushima showcases what it means to be a samurai in an open world. You have the freedom to roam around different terrains and engage in standoffs. The creators did an amazing job. They gave us something that we couldn't have expected from a samurai game. The open world is just well made, with stunning areas filled with colors and details. There's plenty of side content such as side missions and collectibles. The story is obviously perfect as it tackles honor and morals. The feeling of just riding on your horse and seeing the beautiful areas combined with the wind mechanics is surely mind-blowing. Now, I always prefer Sekiro because of the combat and the overall feeling, but Tsushima is a close second. If you love open world, then Tsushima will be your best samurai game. But if you're sucker for the combat and exciting boss battles, then you'll love Sekiro. That's it. This is the most important difference between these two games. Before I reveal my final pick, here are some bonus games. Dead Space Remake is a great game that looks amazing on PS5. It's fascinating to experience horror in a new, enhanced way. You could say that everything that makes a game great is shown in this remake. Dead Space holds you throughout the story and never lets you go. Every mission is designed in a way that you will never get bored or feel the urge to quit the game. It provides an intense survival horror feeling. Now, another one we have is Stray. I know that this may not be your first choice as this one's completely different than your usual third-person RPG games. However, Stray is a linear experience that shows something different, which will be a good thing if you want to take a break from all the action. The idea of playing as a cat and navigating through areas is super interesting. Also, the availability of playing it on PS5 makes the game really awesome. I remember I was highly captivated just by looking at the trailer. Finally, another bonus game is Dragon's Dogma 2. I can't stress how important this game is. In my opinion, it surpasses even the most popular RPG games out there. The sequel is quite the same as the original, but it's highly improved with so much new stuff and graphics improvements. If you're looking for an immersive open-world adventure that is filled with a crazy number of side missions and secrets, then this one will be your prime choice. Cyberpunk. Once again, we are talking about the futuristic gaming horseman. This game was such a hype when it first came out but quickly died. Things would have been different if the reviews at the time of release were perfect. Cyberpunk had so much potential, but the bugs and glitches kind of ruined the first impression. However, in 2024, everything is fixed and the game looks incredible. I'm telling you guys, almost every feature and mechanics look seamless, and the visuals beautiful with the sci-fi buildings and neon lights. I guess there's definitely an audience who haven't played this game yet, maybe because they still think that the game is bad. However, trust me, everything is different, and people are loving this game and spending hundreds of hours in it. I remember seeing comments on my videos where some of you guys appreciate the game for its storyline, graphics, and overall performance. So yeah, this is no time to be sleeping upon on it. There's no better time now than to experience such a futuristic looking game and feel the thrill of cruising through the night city. Alright, this concludes our list of 10 best games you can play on PS5. These are some of the most stunning looking games that will give you an experience that you will never forget. All of these games are packed with touching storylines, and of course, the addition of such high-level detailed visuals and graphics gives an all-out blast. You could never wrong with any of these games, but I will still say try playing the one that suits your taste. Anyways, if you have made it this far, then please subscribe as we are close to reaching 15,000 subscribers. Also, join my Discord community for amazing gaming recommendations.